ended up going south instead. Really got caught off guard in that sense. So Tornado has been
prone to
cheesy strats,
yeah.
off-color stuff. We'll have to see if they've decided to shore up that weakness and are expecting something a little crazier. You see Nesqui and Diador going south like that.
Yeah, Nesqui and Diador need to be careful here, particularly Nesqui, who's going to be spotted out right now, and he'll jump back over the track safely by the looks of things. Lots of early spots from both of these two teams, but lots of quick movement from both the teams as well.
This is really good, though, for Tornado. They have a lot of intel. They know where not just those, 2 or 3 tanks at the beginning. They have almost all but one tank from Not So Serious has been spotted, detected, and accounted for, meaning Tornado can now formulate their plan, their counter, a little bit easier than Not So Serious can on Tornado. Tornado has only showed 3 of their tanks out of their whole 7.
Oh, yeah. Applewau is getting very, very low. 113 HP for the 113, and now none, as he is going to be dropped, but there is a trade out. We see another tank going down for NSS. It's a 1-for-1, but it's a tier 9 for a tier 10. Favorable, in a sense, there for NSS, but how much more are they going to need here before they're going to be able to crack this nut? Now Nesqui very low, and he is actually a key player down in that sort of K0 position because he's a key spotting member for Tornado. If he goes down, NSS have a lot more freedom to move with.
Absolutely, and look at that. We've got a 113 versus mouse fight. There we go. That's what you want to do as a 113. Get on the side. Make sure that you're not going to worry about the front bouncing on one of those little RNG or just wiggle shots. At the same time, getting behind Beowulf is awesome as well. Forces him to deal with a tank behind him while also exposing him to a number of tanks. Diador is an example out on the east side.
Yeah, and quite difficult as well to penetrate that 113 in a situation like this. But
Nuclear.
What is going to happen here for Nuclear? If he does even kill that mouse, he's not going to be able to get out of that position. So maybe a win-win situation there, really, for NSS.
Nice play by Beowulf. You have to give him a lot of credit for this one. Understanding I'm at a huge disadvantage. Well, let's make it so eat win or lose. This is going to suck for you.
And it's going to suck here as well for Near You because he does go down to Shotnik. A very decisive push out of NSS. But are they going to be punished for it here by Tornado, who have got some good firing lines into them? In particular, the FV215B, a very accurate gun on that heavy tank, and he can take pixel shots like this. That one not quite connecting, but overall still looking favorable right now for Tornado, even though poor old Nuclear is stuck behind a mouse.
Oh, and there's Coca-Cola. I was wondering
Diador's on fire.
Oh! Don't go all the way down. There it goes. Okay, firefighting skill. Everyone's got 100%. He's going to be just fine. And now, Coca-Cola, I was just saying before, has just finally shown up to the fight. He actually hadn't taken any damage before this. He's just hanging back, trying to support fire. Finally, he drives up, and of course, the first shot takes the driver.
Can Nuclear actually get out of here? Is he going to be able to move that mouse?
You have to just drive forward and backwards for about 5 minutes, so he won't get out for quite some time. Yeah. If he could get someone to push on the other side so it kind of turns like a turntable.
Yeah, maybe.
Then maybe.
But Tornado doesn't have anyone that they can sacrifice for that job right now. Griffin in the 50B, he's going to have to deal with a couple of tanks headed in his direction, and he's only fired off 1 shot so far, and he's already down to what is essentially a 1 or 2 shot. He's down now definitely to a 1 shot, looking very, very unhealthy after being full HP, and I don't think he's done enough there with that clip. He's really not seemed to have survived long enough for what happened just there. But a 1-for-1 trade, it's still okay for Tornado, but you still have to remember it's almost a 2v3 here in the favor of NSS.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If Tornado can play for the clock with 6 minutes left, if they can keep killing time, it's incredibly difficult. But if we don't see Nuclear in the 113 get out of that mouse cover before this really wraps itself up, before this fight goes in the favor of NSS,
he's making headway.
If he can actually get out and he can stop the cap, that's great. But he also might run into a scenario where the fact that he's boxed in by a mouse
is helpful
because it prevents NSS from getting the final kill.
Yeah, it really comes down to a bit of an interesting scenario there with him being stuck behind that. But Server is going to try and hold on to as much HP as he can, taking some okay trades, to be honest. I mean, he's got the health to play with here. And these 1-for-1 trades with these tanks that are low HP are worthwhile because it puts them now all on a 1 shot.
Yep. And we'll see. FV215B of all tanks to handle this situation is one of the most optimal. It's got the high fire rate. Unfortunately, though,
he's making it work, though.
Yeah, actually, I was about to say he's getting beaten up, but he actually managed to handle and hold on quite well. This should
be cleaned up pretty easily by Diador, and he does get that job done. The Batchat's good in that situation. 113 going down, and that is going to put Tornado at 6.